Welcome to IS129. My name is Steve Larson. I'll be your instructor for this online course. I'd like to go over a couple documents here today first, and that is the welcome letter, which I've sent you through email, and also it's online, and then the course syllabus. And what we're looking at now is the welcome letter. If you can have that at hand, that'd be great. Otherwise, I'll just go through this and explain some of this stuff. I am glad that you're in the course. It's a Blackboard oriented type course. It begins October 31st. It ends December 9th of this year. I do have my email address at slarson@stlcc.edu. You can send it to me at any time through email. If you want to call me if there's an emergency, my number is 314-503-4693. Please look over the content of the website as soon as we get in there, and please email me if there's any questions that you have. And also, once you're in the website, I'd like for you to send me an email saying that you've read the syllabus and understand its content and you're ready to go, hopefully. But we'll talk about that when we get in there. Inside of Blackboard, there's basically 4 or 5 major areas that we'll look at. The announcements, where I'll post each week what our assignments are, the information about my background and education and writing and business experience, the course syllabus, the course is online. Anything that you might have in paper is also online there. And of course, in the communications area, online is where you would send and receive email messages. And then we have also a grading area online where you'll find your current grade status. Now, when it comes to textbooks, we have a couple options here. If you plan on taking the class the following class, which is IS139, I think it's web processing, then you'll need to buy this comprehensive textbook, New Perspectives on Web Page Design. It's got 10 or 14 chapters. It's a big book, but it's going to be used for 2 classes. If you're going to take this IS129 and this is going to be the extent of your web page or IS experience, and you're not going to take the next class in the sequence, then you can take go online and get the either the electronic version ebook of this, the first 4 tutorials, or there's a couple alternatives there which are less expensive than going to the bookstore and getting the big comprehensive book. You can also buy the big comprehensive book, of course, through Amazon or other places and find it used. There isn't any special material you have to get with the book that would necessitate going to the bookstore. I do have the phone numbers here if you have questions regarding Blackboard. And our first assignment, we're going to do 1 tutorial a week. They call them tutorials instead of chapters. So we have 5 weeks, so we have 4 tutorials, and then the last week is when you're going to build your website. And next thing, and here's our first assignment, and we'll talk more about this in just a moment. Let's look at the course syllabus. The course syllabus is, I have basically repeating what's in the letter, October 31st to November 11th. I have here. Oops. Okay, that's not the right date. Sorry about that. Should be October 31st to December 9th. I'll correct that before I send it to you. Here's the textbook explanation I gave you briefly. The other online options are ebooks for $78 or e-chapters, which should be less than $50. And I tell you how to access those if you want to look at those other options for textbooks. Basically, what we're going to learn how to do is, in this course, look at the essentials of creating HTML documents for the purpose of putting web pages on the web. And we're going to learn how to do some simple text, links, and inline images. And in the end, we're going to produce a web page and a website. There are 500 points in the course, and that is made up of there's 4 tutorials we're going through, and at the end of each tutorial there is a web page you produce, and those are 25 points each. After the tutorial, there is a little bit more challenging assignment. I'm going to have you do each one at the end of each tutorial, another 25. And then also at the end of each tutorial, there is even a more challenging assignment called case problems. I'm going to have you do 4 of those, and that's worth 25 points. And then, because of the previous things I talked about were just hands-on, we need some review of the definitions and some facts. So I'm going to give you online, there's some worksheets, 20 questions for each chapter, and I even tell you what page the answers are on. They're multiple choice. And I need for you to complete those, and then we'll grade them online, and there are 20 questions each, so it's worth 80 points. The final project, which is producing a 3 or 4 page website, is worth 120 points. And the grading scale is the 70, 80, 90%, which is pretty normal. We need to, incompletes, it's such a short class, rarely, I've never had one in 20 years. Withdrawal, we need to do that if there's a possibility, some problems here, conflicts, you'll want to do that before the course begins, because pretty stringent withdrawal policy. Homework procedure, basically no late assignments each week. We do a tutorial, and once that week's over with, we can't go back and hand in late material when I give you any credit. So we need to stay current with the assignments. If you have any reasons to talk to the Access office, please do that and let me know. And then also you can use the computer lab at school. Any of the labs will be able to do this, because we only need a browser and a Windows Notepad or something like that to do the assignments. All right. The next page here is the actual schedule, the assignment schedule, which I may change, but I doubt it. That's the way it's been for several semesters. And I say October 31st to November 7th. We want to read the syllabus, read the instructions on pages 1 through 48 where it says do this, do this, do this. And then at the end of page 48, we'll need to upload, or using Blackboard's, the dave.html file, HTML file. And then the third thing we do is there's the worksheet online, which you can print out. And then you copy your answers to the online quiz, and it will grade it for you. The fifth thing is to do the review assignment at the end of the tutorial. It's on page 50, the instructions are. And then when you're done with that, you need to upload the basic.html file, which is what you create. And then lastly, on page 52 and maybe 53, there's instructions to do case problem 1, which is the euler.html file. So these are the first week's assignments, and they're due by Monday at 9 p.m. on Monday. So a good thing to get them done over the weekend. And the important thing about this is not to wait to the last minute, because this is probably going to take 4 or 5 hours of time to do this. So you need to spread it out through the week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, or Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, or something. But it's too much information to try to cram into one afternoon. Then the second week, November 7th through 14th, tutorial 2. Same sequence, doesn't change, just the content changes. We're learning more HTML. And then week 3, November 14th to 21st. Once again, we have the same 5 things we did earlier, just different content, same 5 steps. And then tutorial 4 is during Thanksgiving. So you'll see that there are 4 days here not included. It's 21st, 2nd, 3rd, and then there's a gap for Thanksgiving, and then Monday's the 28th, 29th, 30th. And then all of a sudden those are due on that Friday, because we take 4 days off for Thanksgiving. And then the last week, December 2nd through the 9th, is when we do the website. And that needs to be turned in by Friday night at 9 p.m. I hope this helps understand a little bit about the welcome letter and the course syllabus. The next video will be on the Blackboard website itself. Look forward to having you in class.